So, look at what showed up at Little Feast. I already know what this is, and it's been going for a while. Ooh, that's fighting me. There we go. Oh, dang. Get under there. I'm curious to see the condition. Okay, so there's the box that I made it in. Sweet. That held up pretty good. This box has been back and forth across the country a numerous amount of times. Numerous amount of times. It's a little on the loose side. But it looks like everything on the inside. Okay, there's the lid's missing. Okay, so she's taken a bit of a beating. She has taken a bit of a beating. Oh, looky there. You guessed it. This is the infamous traveling growler and its logbook. So, not bad. Not bad. I had made this box, well, let me see. The date should be in here. (2018), June 21st, 2018. So this is 4 years old, and it's traveled quite a bit. Quite a bit. I can't wait to sit down and go through everything that's in the logbook. This is too cool. And this is kind of the customized box that I made it in. I'm going to change it around a little bit this time, and because this guy was designed to sit right. No, what happened? This is actually upside down. Yeah, this is upside down. So the bottom of the box is missing. Yeah, the bottom of the box is missing. This is the bottom of the box. Alright, so the piece that this was designed to sit down in is gone. The lid is actually in the bottom right now, you can see. Because I made the lid to fit around the inside of this to keep it snug so it wouldn't move. But 4 years and however many times back and forth across the United States. Pretty cool. Alright, well, it's actually cold. We're going to throw it in the fridge, and we're gonna chill on this, and we're gonna dive into it. Then we are. I'm stoked. I am stoked. I am going to design a little bit more of a robust box for this. So let's get at it. Howdy folks, it's Sjporr here, along with MM and Little Feast Brewing. We're sitting on the customer side of the bar tonight to try and help the lighting.
Yeah. It's kind of better.
Yeah, it's not too bad. I'm not being washed out quite as much.
The light is just, it's such a bright white light.
Yeah, and it washes this out and all that jazz. So we're going to give this a try and see how it goes from here. So, what are we doing today? We're here because, really, of this little guy, right? I don't know if y'all have seen this before or not, but that's it. This is the traveling growler. So, what's the traveling growler, Mayor? Yeah, put you on the spot.
The traveling growler is a growler that's been being shipped around from homebrewer to homebrewer across the U.S. And each time it gets shipped, it's filled with a beer brewed by the person who's shipping it, kind of for the person who's going to receive it. Mm-hmm. So it started...
It actually started before this, but this is our documentation of this guy.
So the documentation starts in 2018, but the growler's been traveling since before 2018?
Yeah, probably 2 years, maybe before that. So we're probably around 2016 whenever the traveling growler started. And since, there we go, she's counting them up.
This is its 10th beer, 10th documented beer.
This is the 10th beer since 2018.
Right, June 21st, 2018. So, and then this one was...
This guy is from...
People need to date these, dang it.
Well, it's now.
But anyway, now, yeah. October of 2021.
Right. And this comes from Peerview Brewing, Josh Hoover. Man, Bear, Pig, 1122334455. This is his Marzan. So what does he have written down there about the Marzan?
It's an Octoberfest style Marzan.
There you go. That would help.
Rietzelfest. Octoberfest style Marzan 6.6%.
There we go. So that's what this guy is. A little bit about the hat. This says DC Beerfest. Okay? So we actually, me and another guy had one of these hats, Mike Dean. So we were just down in DC for their beer fest. We just got home a little while ago. And I took this little fellow along down. Now, time constraints didn't allow us to, to be able to sit there and drink on this last night. We had a blast though. Oh my God, that was so much fun.
We all got, we ran out of time. We ran out of time and energy.
Yeah. Because we got back to the dean's list, and we just.
We got up yesterday morning at 5 a.m. To get ready to head down the road to meet the deans and spend the day with them, and then so by like 10 o'clock last night,
we were done.
We were all like jelly.
Yeah, we're done. We were done. Lots of beer because we went to a beer fest. We got there at noon. We were done at 3. So we got back to his place probably 4 or 5 o'clock.
4:30 maybe. 4:35.
We had wonderful food there at the event. It was fantastic. This was huge. It was in the Nationals Stadium, and the Washington National Stadium, and it was both floors. It was
of the concourses, not actually on the field at all.
Right. But
the concourses of the stadium is where it was set up.
Well, I can throw a little bit of footage of that in here. Who is this guy? Think from who is this guy? some footage from the Beerfest. We had a blast.
We did.
Absolute blast. Lots of great beers, lots of great breweries. Everybody was super nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everybody was very nice.
Even the security when they came through to kick us out.
I know, that was the most polite. That was the most polite, I'm sorry you're going to have to leave now,
Yeah,
I've ever experienced in my whole life.
yeah,
But even the crowd, for the most part, everybody was pretty good.
yes.
There were a couple little snarky moments here and there, but I mean, that happens. It's going to happen. It's a lot of people. But yeah, the crowd was good, and it was a lot of people.
A lot of people.
Lines were long. That was my only.
Yeah, lines were long, and there was a lot of vendors.
There were.
A lot of beer vendors. There was no way. It was only 3 hours. And there was no way that you were going to be able to go through and taste everything. It just
Yeah,
wasn't
so you
going to
kind of
happen.
had to pick and choose.
Yeah, you just wasn't going to
That's
happen.
With
But we
that
had
said,
some
though, the
food.
lines were
Ooh.
long, but they moved pretty good.
Not
They
bad.
moved pretty well.
Not bad.
For the most part, yeah.
So
It
we
was
got-
fun, though.
Oh, it was a blast.
And the weather was perfect.
It was absolutely perfect.
Yeah.
So we got done with that, got back to the dean's list, sat down, and just had wonderful conversation and chatted the rest of the evening.
Yeah.
And had a couple beers. You know, his old school he had on tap. She had his Marzan.
I did.
I actually had his Marzan before we left. So we have that in our minds.
Mrs. Dean made us a great dinner.
She did. That was very good. That was a rib sticker too.
It was like perfect.
Yeah.
Like she was worried that it was because it was late, but it was perfect.
Right.
It was a perfect meal to end the day.
So now we're back home in Little Face Brewing, and we decided it's time to dive into this because it's already been open once. It's time to drink it. So thank you, Josh Hoover, for sending this out to me. I'm actually going to make a new box for this, so we can go another 4 years, and see what happens. But after me, this now goes to Mash Paddle.
Oh.
So yeah.
Sweet.
So I know what's going in it, and you're in for a treat. So while we're here, I decided, well,
Should put one of my beers in it.
well, we'll see. So
It can make its way back to me, and I'll put a beer in it.
there you go. Get yourself on the list. Go to the Facebook page, Traveling Growler. It's there. You can put your name on the list as well. So, what I decided to do was, we've got a couple Marzans here. So we've got Yingling's Octoberfest, and we also have South County's, this is Fall Fest. Festival. And we're going to compare these, knowing also what, there we
Maybe we're
go.
gonna compare them.
No, we'll get her.
Oh heck.
There we go. Mike, put that on there.
Woo! Hey.
There we go. That's good.
Did he like use vice grips and
Yeah, his hand.
Mike's mitt?
Mike's mitt, exactly. Oh yeah.
Oh look
There
at
we
that! I didn't lose any.
go. Oh no, not in that short amount of time. So this is Josh's Marzan. This is the Oktoberfest from Yingling and Festival. Festival? I keep forgetting that. Festival.
Festival is actually a smidge later
It is.
than the other ones.
You'll get a better look at hers. Mine are hidden by the vessels. But yeah, they got beautiful color. They're like spot on to each other. I mean, yeah, there we go. I would say that Yingling's is probably, oh, that's a good shot. I would say the Yingling to me looks to be the darker.
I think so. I agree with that.
And then pretty much South County's Festival and Josh's Marzan are pretty much identical to each other
I
then.
think Festival's a smidge later. I think from
Yeah,
dark
Festival's a
to
little
light,
bit.
it goes Yingling, Josh's,
and then South County.
and then South County.
Yep, I would agree with that.
Yeah. Josh's has a.
I like Josh's aroma the best out of these three.
Josh's has more of a.
Josh's to me has a lot more of a malt forward nose to it.
Is that? Yeah, it's also got. I guess that's it. I guess that's.
Very caramel.
More. Can you edit that out? More malt, less spice. The Yingling one actually has some.
Yingling's best way I could put it is theirs really smells commercial.
Yeah.
I don't know whatever that means, but theirs really, and that's not a dig. It just has more commercial nose to it. And then as time goes on, the fall festival kind of loses its aroma.
Josh, did you put honey in this?
It's very sweet in the nose. So I'm not going to drink Josh's first.
No, I was going to say I don't want to.
I'm actually going to go with the lightest, and what I appear is going to be the Yingling one.
Oh,
so,
I was going to go South County.
Go ahead. Cheers.
Cheers. Oh, and also I'm going to try to keep Mike Dean's in my head from last night.
Now for me, Yingling is just a straight up. It's just good. It's a good Octoberfest. It really is. They do it right. There's nothing wrong with that beer. Not in the least. Ain't a damn thing wrong with that beer.
I like the South County Festival. They've done that several years in a row, and it's always one of my favorite ones that they don't ask me to do.
I have no idea what you're doing. Now I'm going to dive in and do the festival. You want whatever you want to do. You're going to do the Yingling.
Yingling's beers, I don't know if it's their water. My guess would be it's their water.
It's a good beer.
All have a very similar under.
I'll tell you what I think it is. I know what you're going because they all have the same flavor profile. Every beer you ever get from them has a common flavor.
Is it the base malt or is it their water?
I don't think it's either of those.
What the heck is it?
Remember when we toured to play it? They pasteurized their beer. So they actually heat this up. And I think what it does is it actually oxidizes it a touch. Because that's what I'm getting off of it, is oxidation. They actually pasteurize their beer after it's bottled. Or like before it's even capped, I think.
No, it's already capped. It's gone through the bottling line and it's capped. It's the very last thing that they do to it. It goes through that quick pasteurization and then into to be boxed and shipped.
Right. And I think that's what it is.
It's behind me. Over there.
Over there. It has that same flavor. There's a flavor that's in every one of their beers. The only one that I don't pick that flavor up in, and it might be there, is the Lord Chesterfield.
It's there too. It's there too. And it's not a bad flavor.
No.
It's just one of those things where you're drinking a Yingling, you can tell you're drinking a Yingling, whether you're drinking a Yingling or an Octoberfest or a. Is it in the porter?
Yes, it is in the porter. I have that in there. I actually have the porter in there.
Interesting. All right, I gotta try Josh's.
All right, so now we're both diving in on Josh's. Now, before I get into Josh's, I'm remembering Mike's.
Oh yeah, Mike's.
And Mike's had a lot more of a malty. To me, it was more malt forward than what these two are.
Yeah.
Now, out of the two here, I like South County's better
I actually
than Yingling.
think Mike's was probably about the same color as Josh's.
It was very similar.
Pretty close.
I do have a picture, and it shows them. And I'll actually put that picture in right here.
Oh, great.
Sweeter.
There we go.
Oh, video test. Mike Dean's Octoberfest, and this is Josh Hoover's. Wow, I just realized I have my CPAP hair right now, but that's fine. Josh, yours is a little bit better. A little more bready, sweeter. This is the pressure fermented, no temperature control, but they're very, very similar. I think yours has an edge.
Very good. Out of the traveling growler. Right there she says, Peer View Brewing. We're back. So in the photo you saw Mike's was on Right. No, Josh's was on the right in the photo. Mike's was on the left, and
Which is why I was confused.
right. Mike's was a tad bit clearer than what Josh's were, so we had the discussion here, looking at these against each other. While the color is almost spot on, Josh is a tad bit cloudier than these guys. Well, they're commercial beers, so on the homebrew scale of things, that's pretty damn clean, But it's not filtered, like this is. This is filtered. This is Yingling. As a home brewer, we're gonna have a hard time getting it commercial clean. But great job, great job on the clarity of this because it's beautiful. She's already dove in. Look at the carbonation. Oh my God, that's good.
What?
That is so good. All right, I'm just going to come. This is better than the other two.
Well, yeah.
That is so good.
Like,
Man. Oh, man. That is so good. I mean, there's not really even a comparison between the Yingling.
There's not. You'd have to take the Yingling out of it. There's a mild comparison to the South County, but Josh's has more of that sweet
Oh, man.
maltiness. Honestly, Mike Dean's is probably closer to the South County one.
Yes, yes.
So,
Mike's had great flavor.
Yeah.
Clarity was
Josh's is super
incredible.
sweet.
But this is crazy good.
Josh's,
You want to top off?
Yeah. Josh's reminds me of so this was a long time ago, back when, I can't believe I can even remember this, but I was like, what does it remind me of?
Wow, that's good.
When Mr. Steve still had the homebrew store, and what was the woman that was working there for him for a while, she brewed a honey marzipan one year, and it was so good. And that's kind of what this reminds me of because of that sweetness. It's got that Octoberfest taste to it. I don't know how to explain the...
Yeah, I would put Mike's is in between these two. Mike's is very similar to the South County.
Yeah.
Very similar to the South County. Actually, in aroma and everything, very similar.
Yeah.
And again, no digs on anything, but.
Well, no. I mean, we're telling him that his beer is very close to a commercial beer. That's actually. Not that we're not. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, the Yingling's not even in the same.
Yeah, just take that off
I'm
the
just
table.
gonna drink that and get that out of the way.
Yeah, I'm actually going to join you on that. Cheers. That's down the hatch right here.
Well, I'm not down the hatching it. I did enough of that yesterday at the Beerfest so I could drink the next beer.
Yeah, that's done. That's done. Shoo away, and I'm not digging off Yingling. I mean, they do a good job, but there's no comparison. It's light. It has that weird twinge to it, which I think is from the pasture because it's in every beer. It's a lower grade beer. Now, the only thing it had going for it was it's the cleanest one out of the bunch.
Do we know what the ABV is on theirs? They don't
advertise it. No, I'd have to look it up. I mean, it's on. It should be on Untapped, but that's fine.
What's this one?
I think that's 6%.
5.1.
5.1. And Josh's is 6.6, I think is what the book says.
And what was Mike's? Do we know what Mike's was?
I think Mike's was right around 5.
Okay.
I think his was right around 5.
Right. So that's also, Josh's is a smidge higher, so it's got that kind of...
Yeah, but it's sweet.
It is, but it's got that... It's just that's a really good
Man, it's good.
Octoberfest.
It's crazy good.
Hmm.
Oh, that is crazy good. Thank you, Josh. Traveling Growler has done well.
That's amazing.
That is amazing. that. I'm going to enjoy the rest of that growler. No doubt about it.
Yeah. Cool.
All right, awesome. So I think that concludes this taste test, right?
Yeah, I'll stop talking then.
Ooh, definitely got good carbonation. It held up well. It traveled well.
Yes.
It beats out commercial beer. It just does.
Most of the time, homebrew does.
It really does. It really does. I want to say shout out and many thanks to the Dean's List.
Yes.
Mike and Heather, thank you so much for hosting us this weekend. We had an absolute blast. Washington, D.C., you got your stuff together. You put together a really nice beer fest. Super nice people. Very classy operation.
No issues.
No issues.
No complaints there.
None whatsoever. And shout out to, what was the barbecue place that I got? Something cow.
Smoking cow.
Smoking cow.
Smoking.
Wow.
He went to Smoking Cow. I went to Roman Rooster. Like roaming, but Roman. ROAMIN apostrophe.
I had-
It was Smokin' Cow, KOW.
Yeah. And
Mac and meat.
Mac and meat.
Mac and meat.
mac and meat is what I had. Brisket. Which is basically smoked mac and cheese with brisket over top of it. Oh, so good.
Yeah.
It was so good.
Apparently,
It was crazy.
Apparently, it was my weekend to eat fried chicken because I
Yeah,
had
right.
fried chicken yesterday too, but over top of jalapeno coleslaw
Jalapenos.
and fries, and that was very good too. Roman Rooster was very good as well.
So shout out to DC and everybody who was down there. We had a blast. Thank you again to the Deans for having us down.
Yeah, many thanks.
Shout out to Peer View. Josh, well done. I'm going to enjoy the rest of this growler. I'm going to build a new box for it, and we're going to send it on its merry way. So, stay tuned for more video on that as well. Beers are fantastic. My God. All right. So, this is Sjporr,
Pour
Little Face Brew, and enjoy the fruits of labor, folks.
brew beer.
Brew wonderful beer.
Cheers.
Cheers.